Good morning and welcome back to Storytime with Joe. Last week, if you remember, we read the story about David and Goliath from the Old Testament. Today we're going to read the story from the very beginning, the story of creation. It's also found in the Old Testament of the Bible. The Bible is broken up into two parts, the Old Testament and the New Testament. The Old Testament tells us about people and events and things that happened before Jesus was born. The New Testament tells us about Jesus and his life and those people that followed after him. So today, we're going to go back to the very beginning in creation. God makes the world. Long ago, before time began, our world was dark and desolate. Then God began to create order and beauty. First, he commanded light to break into the darkness, and there was light. Next, he ordered the raging oceans to go back so that dry land appeared. But the land was empty and silent, except for the lapping of waves and the sigh of the wind. So God commanded the earth to produce trees and plants. Whoa! And then, high above the lofty skies that he had made, God commanded the sun to shine in the day and the moon to give a gentler light by night. He created the stars to twinkle in the velvety darkness. But the sky and sea were silent and empty. So God made creatures to swim and play in the ocean, from the tiniest fish to the largest whale. He made the birds to sing sweetly as they flew among the trees. It was a beautiful world, and God saw how good it was. But the land was still empty, so God made animals. He created small, furry creatures and huge, strong beasts as well. The woods and the forests and the fields and the plains came alive with the animals that God had made. God told all the fish and birds and animals to bear young and to grow in number so that his whole world could be full and busy and content. God looked at all that he had made and said, "It is good." So God created all that we see and all that is around us to enjoy, and including the night sky that I enjoy so much. So today, I'm going to show you how to make a coffee cup planetarium at home. And with this, you're going to be able to take it into your room and at night see the night sky projected in this coffee cup. So you'll take a simple paper coffee cup like this, and on my Facebook page, I will post a pattern like this that you can print out and then cut it along the lines so that it looks like this. The next thing you want to do is get a piece of tape, and I just use clear plastic tape, and I put it along one edge, and this is really an important part. And when you put it on the cup, make sure you tape just that edge. Turn it around here. Tape just that edge to the cup, because if you don't, it will move on you, and the next part of it won't be as fun. It won't work as well. So you run a piece of tape right along there, and then wrap it around the cup, and then you'll get another piece of tape, and then tape the seam. There we go. Right there. There is the start to your coffee cup planetarium. And this one is a pattern for the night sky for the summertime, which we're going to start seeing some of the summer stars in the sky in the not too distant future. So after that, you want to stick a piece of paper wadded up in here to hold the shape of the cup, and then take a push pin, just a simple push pin like that, and then start poking holes. Every time you see a dot, see right there, there's a dot, poke a hole in it. And there's another dot. And there's lots and lots of dots on this project, so you're going to be punching holes for quite a while. And if you see a really large dot like that one, you're going to want to punch a hole in it and then use a pencil to open that one up so it's really big. And once you're done, you'll take a small light votive like this, a battery operated votive. I found these at a small store, and you put that underneath in your dark room, and all those holes that you just opened up, those will show the night sky. So you'll have a small planetarium in your bedroom at night. God's creation is wonderful. And I encourage you, some night, just go out and look into the night sky and all that God created. And especially like what's behind me, the Lagoon Nebula. You'll have to look at that one through a telescope to see it that way. But it's still a wonderful creation that God gave us. Thanks for joining me again this week, and we'll see you again next week at the same time.